Welcome to ABC31 News tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. Things are starting to return to normal after yesterday's rare snow. Today, temperatures hovered around the freezing mark, but there is some good news. Warmer temperatures are on the way. Weather is our big story tonight. Let's get the latest now from meteorologist Ross Whitley.
Yes, that's exactly correct. Warmer air is on the way. Unfortunately, we have a very cold night to go through tonight. We have a hard freeze warning in effect that goes until 10 a.m. tomorrow, and basically what that means is an extended period below freezing where this will likely kill sensitive plants, and we're talking about the potential for temperatures down to where we were last night, around 13-14 degrees, which means any insulated pipe could burst because we've been below freezing for quite some time. So this is a time where you really want to check on those pipes and maybe just leave a little bit of water dripping out of the faucet to keep the water flowing to protect all of those pipes. So we'll talk the warmer temperatures coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Ross. Governor John Bel Edwards declares a state of emergency in Louisiana today, and he releases the daunting figures about how the state workers are responding to the extraordinarily cold weather. 1,200 workers were deployed for 24 hours. There were 134,600 hits to 511la.org, and 1.5 million pounds of salt were used on roadways statewide. 5 airports were also shut down during the worst of the storm. Snow days appear to be over in many parishes, though. You can check out our website for those who are alerting parents and students that they are expected back at school tomorrow. The hard freeze yesterday evening left some Cenla residents without running water this morning due to frozen pipes, as Ross referenced. Wrapping pipes before a freeze is suggested, but it's not always a guarantee in preventing them from freezing. A local plumber from Carr and Osborne Plumbing has some prevention tips and what to do in the event your pipes do freeze in low temperatures.
It gets below 30 degrees and unprotected water pipes, they're going to freeze. That's why we've got this insulation that you can get put on the outside of the pipes. It comes pre-slit. Just pull the tape off, stick it over your water pipes, press it together, and it's going to help. It's not going to guarantee it's not going to freeze, but any plumbing supply house, any hardware store, or any do-it-yourself center has this. Also for the outside, on your outside faucets, your hose bibs we call them. These styrofoam covers, they hook over the faucet. If you have the expertise, you can use a torch, but I don't recommend that. If you don't, you can use a hair dryer. But you know, it takes an extension cord, stay out of the water to thaw your pipes out, and that will help.
Those supplies can be purchased at any hardware or plumbing store. A fire was reported on the 4100 block of Mayflower Boulevard in Alexandria this morning. ABC31 Char Thomas was on the scene.
Around 9 o'clock this morning, the Alexandria Fire Department and Rapides Parish Fire District 2 responded to a domestic house fire in Charles Park. Investigators later determined the fire was started by ashes from the owner's fireplace, which were placed in a garbage can in the carport about an hour prior to the discovery of the fire, leaving 2 vehicles in flames. Neighbors of the Johnson family says they just moved there less than 2 months ago. The family did not want to speak on camera, but a family friend and neighbor says he is saddened by what happened.
First, I was really just shocked and overwhelmed because I woke up with my brother telling me, but I didn't believe him at first. But really upset for her because she moved here less than 2 months ago, and her family moved here and she worked at Menard, and she was really one of the only teachers I got close with at Menard and just helped me, and it was just really saddening, her having to come over and them needing clothes just to stay warm for this cold weather.
If you want to help this local family, you can make a donation to their GoFundMe account by typing the Johnson family in the search bar. Char Thomas, ABC.
The arraignment for the now resigned Alexandria City and Ward Marshal scheduled for today will have to be done at a later time. The Rapides Parish Courthouse was closed because of the bad weather. 49-year-old Terrence Grimes resigned after being arrested last June for drug charges and for malfeasance. That, of course, has led to a special election in March for his successor, in which 6 are running for the lucrative seat. Authorities have estimated that the marshal can make as much as $200,000 a year, which includes salary and fees for service of legal papers. Prosecutors had confirmed that Grimes was in a rehab facility for for a prescription drug program. An area high school teacher was recently surprised by a phone call asking to feature her in a magazine. ABC31's Joanna Phillips has that story.
An educator at Buckeye High School, Lacey Hoosier, has been recognized numerous times over the years for her accomplishments. Recently, she had the honor of being featured in Louisiana Life magazine, Louisiana's only statewide general interest publication that covers lifestyles and destinations throughout the state. I got a phone call from a writer there who said they had heard about my rescuing of animals, my rehabilitation of wildlife, and then using it in education in the classroom. So they asked me if I would be willing to be interviewed, to be photoed and put into their Louisiana Life magazine. So of course I said yes. I was really excited. I was honored, and we wound up doing the photo shoot over the Thanksgiving break, and then over the Christmas break the article came out. And a surprise came along around the same time. I also got word from Walmart in Pineville, the superstore, that they are awarding me a $1,000 classroom grant in order to sustain my classroom, the relaxed classroom, in addition to taking care of all of the animals, the habitats, the food, all of the supplies that are needed. So it was a really, really good day for me. Lacey's passion for animals began at a young age, and now she incorporates her passion into her classroom with her students. My passion, I want to ignite that same passion in my students. I want them to not only learn from the animals, I want them to learn to respect them in the environment.
It definitely helps with the lessons she teaches, because she can use the animals for examples and stuff like that.
These classes have prepared me more than I can even imagine, and just what I've learned this year compared to all the sciences I've taken before is just crazy.
Some of her students will be graduating this year and attending college in the fall, with majors related to what they've learned in her classroom. You can view the digital edition of Louisiana Life magazine on louisianalife.com to read the article on Miss Hoosier. Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
Being a dog owner means keeping your dog up to date on heartworm prevention. Heartworm disease causes lasting damage to the heart and other organs in your dog. Last week we caught up with Commissioner and veterinarian Michael Strain and asked how you can protect your pets.
What you're talking about is that there's becoming resistance to the heartworm preventative, right? We're finding strains of heartworms that are resistant. And so what we recommend is that you have your animal on whichever form of heartworm preventative you're using, and you still get that annual check. Also, as we treat heartworms, we're modifying our treatment regime to try to kill those heartworms that are in the animals.
Your veterinarian will offer heartworm prevention in a pill form or maybe an injection. And it's important to stay on schedule with these preventatives, either monthly or every 6 months, depending on that prevention type. Well, a popular Mardi Gras event in Alexandria is coming up. You can enjoy food, drinks, music, and more at the 24th Annual Taste of Mardi Gras.
It's a really great event, and you get tastes from area restaurants and beverage distributors and the caterers of the area. So you get to kind of taste what our local restaurant scene's all about at this event. It's a really fun event. So like you said, tickets are on sale now, of course. So $25 for the general admission tickets. They do go up at the door, so you'll definitely want to get them ahead of time. If you want the VIP admission, that hour early admission, there are reserved tables. You can get a table of 8 for $400. That gets you in that hour early.
The Taste of Mardi Gras will be held at the Alexandria Riverfront Center on February 9th. Tickets can be purchased online at the Louisiana Restaurant Association website.
Stay connected with KLAX ABC31. Visit us online anytime. Get today's top stories and trending topics. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. See our pics on Instagram. Watch us on YouTube. And make KLAXTV.com your home for local news and information. Plus, download the KLAX weather app for your smartphone or tablet. Get live current conditions, radar maps, alerts, and more. More ways to stay connected with KLAX TV.
Very cold out there still, 28 degrees and clear. It feels like 22 thanks to our wind at 7 miles per hour out of the northeast. Our dew point sitting around 10. That's where I think we will likely see our temperatures get to. For reference out there, last night a lot of places were somewhere between 13 and 12. Tonight we're going to be very close to that once again, if not colder than we were last night. And anytime you have moisture on the ground, especially the frozen type, it allows for evaporative cooling to happen on the ground as the temperatures continue to fall. The ice actually freezes harder, and because of that, it releases latent heat and allows colder air to take its place. So you actually pull heat out of the air when you have ice or snow on the ground, and that's the reason why you see these record-breaking temperatures after a big snowfall, or in our case, a slight snowfall. But nonetheless, cold air around in clear conditions going to allow us to radiate all of that heat out. Really, that's all we're talking. High pressure in control. Moved down from yesterday. Yesterday was in the Midwest, but you notice back toward Denver, Albuquerque, Rapid City, green showing up. That's temperatures in the 40s. So return flow already showing up on the map. Here, we're still dealing with this cold air dome, but thankfully that storm system we dealt with yesterday moved through the Carolinas today. Some places in the Carolinas picking up a foot of snow, so it could have been worse here. We didn't quite get that. What to expect tomorrow? Well, another cold day, but it won't be nearly as cold as it was today. So we will be a little bit warmer, and that will continue as we head toward the end of the week. Mostly cloudy for our Friday, and by the weekend, pleasant and plenty of sunshine. Exactly what you wanted to hear. We don't have to deal with that cold air out there as we head toward the end of the week. Tonight, hard freeze warning in effect from till 10 a.m. tomorrow. Near record temperatures, I think, will be ranging anywhere from 12 to 14 degrees. And for the day tomorrow, around 42. Some might still hold on to the 30s, but overall, another cold day as the south stays frozen. You see the surface map here, warmer air returning as we work toward the end of the week, and our extended forecast showing exactly that. By Saturday and Sunday, 64 and 68. How about we hold on to the 60s for Monday and Tuesday as well? That's a look at your 7-day and your weather forecast. Scott?
Thank you, Ross. Bitcoin takes another plunge, and 22 states file lawsuits to stop the repeal of net neutrality. Jane King is at the NASDAQ market site with those stories and more in today's Tech Reports.
Bitcoin is feeling the heat from regulators in Asia, causing a free fall in Bitcoin's price. Now, this price slid 25%, and cyber currencies fell hard as well, the other cyber currencies. Now, the drop came on reports that South Korea and China may be ready to crack down on the trading of digital currencies. Well, new rumors suggest that Samsung's Galaxy S9 smartphone will go on sale in mid-March. Samsung has already confirmed it will announce the smartphone in late February. Now, Business Insider reports it is expected to feature a rear-facing fingerprint scanner placed in a centralized location that would make it easier for users to find, as well as updates to its Bixby digital assistant. And Google is expanding the undersea cables it uses to transmit data. The particular cables will be used to enhance its cloud computing service. The cables will run thousands of miles, stretching from the U.S. to parts of Europe and South America. A third cable will run from Hong Kong to Guam. And the first lawsuits to save net neutrality have been filed. Attorneys general from 22 states filed the lawsuits to block the repeal of the rules. The AGs say the repeal of net neutrality would turn internet service providers into gatekeepers, allowing them to put profits over consumers while controlling what we see, what we do, and what we say online. From the NASDAQ market site in Times Square, I'm Jane King with your Tech Report.
ABC31 KLAX, the exclusive provider of ABC programming in Central Louisiana. We are the only station where you can watch new, first-run ABC programs like Dancing with the Stars, Designated Survivor,
strike the enemy.
Grey's Anatomy.
Rays can deliver.
Damn right.
Hi, I'm Michael Bailey. Call me at the number on the screen. See how easy and affordable television advertising can be.
There's a man out west who goes by the name of
Mr. West?
Mr. West.
Mr. West. James West.
James West.
How did you know? Oh, just a wild guess.
Hard secret agent.
Get down!
Hard cowboy. And all man. He's Jim West on the Wild Wild West.
Keep the change.
Here's weekdays at 4 and Saturdays at 5 on MeTV Alexandria.